In a sea of vintage-inspired, most Jimmy-like, major throbbing Univibe pedals, the Cornerstone Aquarium is a breath of fresh air. When Emilio started designing this, he set out to solve some of the problems that plague these vintage Univibe pedals, or vintage-style Univibe pedals. In some cases they will not cut through the mix very well, the throb might be too deep and wacky if you turn the intensity back. It isn't as pronounced as you would like, so there are more controls on this to solve those kind of things. It has been in development for a very long time, like a year and a half maybe. I remember Emilio called me and said, "Hey man, I want to do a Univibe. What would you think would work?" So I gave him my thoughts, and throughout the process we talked a lot about it, and I'm very honored to have played a very minimal part in the development of this. But this is all his genius mind. Yeah, so yeah, you heard it in the intro, it sounds epic. Let's get to the controls. It's a dual speed Univibe, much like the Kingtone 1968 Vibe, which has 2 speed controls, foot switch to ramp up and down. This does that as well, but it also adds this switch, which is the Inertia control. And with this switch you can set the speed it ramps to the other speed. So for instance, speed 1 is set here, speed 2 is set there. This LED indicates speed 1, this LED indicates speed 2. And then with this foot switch, you can switch to the other speed. And now you see this LED starts blinking more rapidly, but if I move the switch there, it'll be instantaneous. So it has 3 settings: instantaneous, medium, and slow. Instantaneous being just a very fancy word for fast. Best to let you hear it and go right into tones. Oops, that's the camera. Okay, so slow speed. Then on the slow setting, switching to the fast. Medium. It's almost like a Leslie when you hear the speaker spinning up, and then instantaneous sounds like... Well, it really is instantaneous, not fast. It's faster than fast. But I like it on the slow setting. It's so organic. Really nice, and I haven't seen any Univibe do this before. So it gives a whole lot more control that way, making it fit to your playing style. Some people would like it fast, some people would like it slow. Then you have the obvious intensity control and speed controls, 2 speed controls for both speed settings. And then there is a volume control. A lot of these Univibes have a volume dip, and that solves the problem with the volume dip. So it has a lot of level added above Unity. So it can even boost the amp, as you can hear. So this is the clean tone. Let's dial back on the levels a bit because it's almost peaking. And then another very nice feature, let's dial back volume a bit, is a tone control. So you can add more treble and upper mids, which really works with dark guitars. Like a lot of Univibe pedals are really dark, and if you would use them with a Les Paul on the neck pickup, it could get too muddy. With this, you can eradicate that problem. And then my favorite feature of this pedal is the mix control. And ever since I got the Jam Pedals Harmonious Monk, I've been addicted to pedals with a blend or a mix control because it gives you so much control over the modulation. So for instance, you can set the intensity really high but have it in the background. So it's there, but not really there. Or you can blend it to 100% and then set the intensity really low. It's brilliant. I think also even overdrive pedals should have a control like that. So right now it's in mix mode. It's set to M and there is a blend mode. In mix mode, your dry signal is always at 100%. And then with the mix knob, you dial in the amount of effect you want. So right now it's at 50%, sounds like this. Then at 100, it gets a lot more pronounced, but you still have that clarity from your original dry signal. There's tons of low end in it, but with the tone control, you can really make it cut through the mix. And with the volume control, you could even, like in a solo, have it boost your signal to the amount you want. Sounds like this. And then, let's say mix at 0, so you can hear that. Mix at 50. And now let's set mix at 100 and intensity at 50. Gives a whole other vibe, pun not intended, to this pedal. But I like intensity at full and mixes at full. Okay, so the blend mode. Putting the switch to the left on the mix mode switch. The blend mode works a little differently because this actually goes from 100% dry to 100% wet. And anything in between, of course. But at 100% wet, you'll get like the vibrato sound. On a Univibe, there's a switch, switching from chorus to vibrato. At 100% wet, it's that sound, basically. And then when I switch to the fast setting, make it a little faster. pull back on intensity a bit. It gets very, very rotary speaker, Leslie Vibratone-ish like. Brilliant. Brilliant! Set the mix knob back at 50% on the blend mode. You'll go back to a Univibe chorus sound. Which means you could set it halfway between 50% and full, and then you can blend between the vibrato and chorus mode. And back to mix on full. So it has so many voices you can choose from. And the dual speed function is just perfection with the inertia switch. All right, let's try it with a fuzz. Let's do the blend at 50% trick. this. Alright, so the Cornerstone Aquarium, I think, is a game changer and a really, really nice addition to all the Univibe pedals out there because it does it differently. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts, opinions, questions, ramblings, favorite recipes, and your grandma's name. And yeah, like the video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because that would help me a lot. And if you wanna support my work directly, you can do so on Patreon, where you can find gem tracks and tabs, or you can hit the super thanks button down below. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye!